In this video, I'm going to show you how I made $42,035 in 1 month posting on Facebook and using Claude AI to help me do most of the heavy lifting. And before anybody says it, no, Claude is not some magic money printer. You can't just type "make me rich" on Facebook and then suddenly Meta starts sending you checks. But what Claude can do is help you find viral ideas faster. It can study what's already working and then it can turn those ideas into other posts that also go viral. It can write better captions. It can create engaging first comments. And it can help you build a repeatable content system instead of staring at your blank screen wondering what in the world that you need to post. I don't know what to write. And when you combine that with some other cool AI tools and the ability to schedule your content across all social media platforms, now you've got a real content machine. But before I show you all of that, let me show you why you should actually listen to what I'm about to teach you. Let's go and hop into my dashboard on Facebook. So here is the last 28 days. We've got 357 million views with approximate earnings around 34,700. And just so that if anybody's saying, oh, this is a screenshot, this is AI, blah, 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 let me hit refresh on the browser so that you can see the same number come up. There it is, same views, same earnings. But now let's look at the month of June. So let's go ahead and back this out. So the earnings for the month of June 1st to 30th, we've got 34,700. The actual payout, let's go to that screen so that you can see that number is 33,757 with another quick refresh to make sure that it is legit. There we go, 33,757. Now, obviously, that is not the 42,000 that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and that's because I'm also getting paid for Instagram, posting the exact same content on my page on Instagram. Let's take a look here. So going to Instagram, pull up the professional dashboard. We're going to scroll down to bonuses. That is the performance bonus program on Instagram. Now, with Instagram, I can't actually go back for the month of June because that's just what Instagram does. But this is my current earnings in July, just to kind of give you an idea. That was a $880 day, got a $700 day. Today so far, $279 earned. That's for July, but for June, we can see what I got paid out. So for the first 2 weeks in June, we've got a payout of $3,090, and then the second payout is $5,188. So we add those two together, and here's what we get. Grand total of $42,035. That is the most money I've made in 1 month on Meta. Now, here's the most important part. I don't want you to look at those earnings and think, okay, cool, Jeff, glad that you're making a lot of money posting on Facebook and Instagram. That is not the lesson. The lesson is the system behind the content, because I'm not waking up every morning hoping that I can come up with the next viral idea. I promise you, I am not that creative. The way that I'm using AI is much more intentional, and I want to show you behind the scenes of how I do it. First, let's talk about how I find viral ideas. Now, if you go through my page, you can see that I get a lot of ideas from all over the web. We're talking Twitter, we're talking about Threads, we're talking about Reddit. For this particular video, I'm going to focus on Instagram because there are so many great ideas that you can bring over from Instagram and monetize this on your Facebook page. And the cool thing about going to Instagram to find ideas is that you already have proven concepts. You can find content that has already gone viral. Now, full on disclaimer here, just because it went viral somewhere else doesn't mean it's automatically going to go viral on your page. But what I can tell you on my own page, 80% of the time, maybe 90% of the time that something has gone viral somewhere else, it typically does very well on my page. And I feel pretty confident it'll do well on yours too. Here we are on my Instagram page. When I click on the search bar at the bottom, already preloaded with viral ideas. I'm showing this on my phone because if I showed on my desktop, you don't see the views. But you can see here, 3.1 million views, 592,000 views, 1.6 million, 2.4, 4.9. Now, am I going to use every single one of these for my page? Probably not. But I don't have to go down some rabbit hole trying to find viral ideas. Like, here they are already in my lap. What I'll do now is I'll click on one and see if that makes sense. Let's say that it does. I'll then take a screenshot on my phone, save it to my camera roll. You can also do this on your desktop. It doesn't have to be on your phone. Let me take a few more screenshots so I can have ideas to choose from for later on. I'm going to take 5 of these so then I can upload them to Claude. Once you find these viral ideas and then you take these screenshots, this is when you have so much viral content at your disposal. Let me show you a few things that you can do. First of all, we're going to go ahead and upload all of these screenshots into Claude. One of the first things that you could do is extract the text. So a simple prompt could be, can you please extract the text from each of these images? Once we do that with Claude, now we've got the text that has already proven to gone viral. You're probably wondering, what can you do with this text? You can do a lot of things. You can take this text, you can create your own reel. And we go to my Facebook page, we look at my reels, and you start looking at the text. Yes, no surprise here. Do you think that I came up with all of this on my own? Once again, as I said at the beginning of this video, I am not that creative. So all I'm doing is finding other other viral videos, taking a screenshot so I can get that text. I then upload my own B-roll so that I'm not taking somebody else's video. That would be kind of weird and also could be a copyright infringement. So it is my own video, but I'm using the exact same text that I found on somebody else's and then recreating it as my own. I can't tell you how many other creators are doing this and having massive success. Why? Because it works. Now, another thing that you can do with that extracted text is that you can also create it into an image. Here is an example. Now, this is a template that you can set up in Canva. Anybody can do this. Once you have the template set up, all you have to do is paste the text onto that. Now you have a potential viral reel and a viral image, but it doesn't stop there. You can also take that extracted text and publish it as a simple text post. Here is one that I have published not one, not two, 3 different times. Looks like it didn't do great the second time, but this one got 3,500 likes and this one got almost 2,000 likes. And just so that you can see it being repurposed as an image, here is the image that I also created. I know this is probably not rocket science for a lot of you, but I'm just showing you how easy it is. You can find viral ideas, take a screenshot, upload it to Claude, and now you've got that viral text. But the viral text is just part of it. Now we need a solid caption. All right, we're gonna go back to Claude. We're gonna start a brand new chat. And I'm gonna go ahead and paste in the prompt that I use for all of my caption writings. Now, if you want access to this prompt, all I need to do is write prompt in the comments because I'll send you a link to a Google Doc. Now, it won't be my exact prompt because it wouldn't make sense to use my voice to write for your page, but it will have the framework that you can modify it to your own page or whatever your niche is about. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter to get this chat started. As Claude is doing that, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab one of the screenshots that we took earlier. I'm gonna upload it to Claude here and then hit enter and see if it does its magic. Once I upload the screenshot, it then gives me 5 hook options to choose from. You don't have to do this with your own. I like having options. Doesn't matter if it's an image or a reel, the hook matters, trust me. So this example, we're gonna go ahead and pick 2 just because that one stands out to me for right now. And then the next step is going to write the caption for me. So usually the first caption that Claude produces works. It just works. We've been talking for quite a bit, so it knows what I like. But ever so often, I will need to say, hey, Claude, give me some more data, give me some more statistics to really back up the claim or what I'm writing about. Let's try that here just so that you can see an example. Hey, really love this caption. I think you could have added more data or statistics to really support me as being a thought leader and an expert in the space. Here we go. Added some more data, some more statistics to give some more validity to the post. Once I have the caption that I want, the next step is getting comments because the comments are also going to drive more engagement. Here are some comments that it gave me. It always gives me 5 to choose from. This is what I put in the prompt just so that I can pick the one that I think is going to drive even more engagement. I also love that Claude will always tell me the one that it likes the best. I don't always use that one, but sometimes that just makes it easier for me to know, okay, here's the one that Claude supports. Before I move on, I also want to show you another style of post that I publish on my page. These work really good on Instagram. They also work well on Facebook, and you've probably seen them. If you haven't, I'm excited to show it to you. I don't know what the name of this is, but you'll have a nice image, and then there is a headline at the bottom. And these are pretty well standard. I mean, that is one page. This is an entirely different page, similar format. Here's another page that does these quite often. Let's actually go to their page. So if you look at these, like these do really well. And all you have to do is hover over the image and you can see which one is getting the most likes, which ones are getting a ton of comments. And when you find one that works, all you got to do, take a screenshot, upload it to Claude. Now, if you do that, you have one of 2 options. You can take the exact headline, use it as your own. If you're going to do that, please don't use the exact same image that they used. Technically, you can do that. People are doing that from my page, but just for good karma, don't do that. If you have Canva, go to Canva, find a similar image and create your own image. The second thing that you can do is you can take that headline, ask Claude to give you 5 or 10 different variations. That way you're really protecting yourself that it is original content so that you don't get flagged by Facebook. I've shown you how I find viral ideas. I'm showing you how you can use that text to create your own viral content. Now you can keep doing this. You can keep cranking out that is a method, but I'm going to show you a much easier and faster way. We're back at Claude. This is the same chat where I uploaded all those screenshots, had it extract the text. Now we're going to take it one step further. We're going to lean on Claude and the powerhouse that it is. We're going to say, hey, Claude, these screenshots that I uploaded, these are all reels that went viral on Instagram and also on Facebook. These are the type of content that resonates really well with my audience. I want you to give me 10 to 20 other ideas based off the text that you extracted that I can also create viral content on my page. What do you got? On that Google Doc, I'll give you a more refined prompt that you can use, but I just want to show you for somebody that doesn't have a prompt, you can start having an open dialogue with Claude to start getting fresh ideas that are going to do well on your page. So with at this point, Claude has given me 20 different ones to choose from. And then asked me, it's like, if you want, I can pick your 5 to 6 favorites from this list and turn each into the full hook option format. How about this? Hey, Claude, I want you to pick the top 5 that you think will go the most viral and really resonate with my audience, and then continue. So here's what it's computing. Now, as it's doing this, you can go and do other work elsewhere. You can go find more viral ideas, whatever you want to do as Claude is doing its thing. Another point I want to drive home is that Claude is really, really good. I mean, there's no doubt, but nothing replaces hard data. And what does that mean? That means that if you have a page that you have been posting consistent content, if you have true winners on your own page that you know have resonated with your audience, that people have liked it, have commented, have shared it, you can upload that to Claude and then start getting ideas and really start leaning in. Because if there is one downfall with Claude or any AI agent, it can be somewhat generic. So you really have to press it to be specific, to be polarizing, to drive engagement on these posts. Because all these AI platforms initially, they want to err on the side of being conservative, but you really have to push it to be polarizing. Let's go head back to see what it did and just run with number 5. Give me everything that it needs for a viral post. So based on Claude's suggestion, recommendation, this was the text for the image that it wanted me to create. I went ahead and took this, copy and pasted it, putting it into Canva. I'm exporting it. Next step is we're going to get a caption for this. So I've uploaded the image to the other chat that is going to help me with the caption. As it's giving me the hooks, I like to select the hook. So let's just select number 2 so that it can start writing the caption. As it's doing that, we're going to head over to Post Planner. So Post Planner is the tool that I use to schedule all my content that's going live both on Facebook, also on Instagram. So we're going to create the post here. We're going to upload the image that we created. And now that we've got that uploaded, just go back over to Claude. Let's see if we like the caption. I think it could have did a little bit better. So let's go ahead and just tell Claude, hey Claude, this was a good first run. I think that you could have added more data, especially about what is going on with interest rates right now, what's going on with the mortgage prices. We want to be a thought leader here. We want to be an expert in this space. So please make sure that the caption gets all of that. In case you're wondering what I'm using here, I'm actually using an app called Whisperflow that allows me to talk instead of type. It has saved me so much time. All right, that is a much better caption. Now it's going to give me the comments that I can choose from. Let's go ahead and grab this caption, head back over to Post Planner so we can punch that in, delete the opening here, delete that. Now we'll go back over here and decide which comments we want to use. In my prompt, I have it where it gives me a sarcastic option, a polarizing option, and just some other options. And you can tweak this however you want to do it. The sarcastic ones are usually pretty funny. Let's go ahead and just use that one here. Go back over to Post Planner. And now we're going to add a comment on the Facebook post and also the Instagram. I'm putting this in one bucket, and then from here, it's going to go live on both platforms. Sometimes I like to add a little bit more white space so that it's just easier to read on Facebook, especially. So right now we are ready to hit publish. We're going to go ahead and add to the bucket. So now it is ready to go live 8 o'clock tomorrow on Facebook, and looks like it's going to go live 11 a.m. Saturday on Instagram. That post is locked and loaded. At this point, you might be wondering, why Claude? Why not use ChatGPT for the caption writing? Here's why. I was using ChatGPT exclusively. I didn't even have a Claude account, but I got to the point with ChatGPT where the captions just sucked. Like, they just sucked. And even though I would tell it, hey, don't do this, stop doing this, you're still doing this, it would always apologize, say, oh, you're right, I missed it. And then it would do the exact same thing again and again and again. It didn't matter what prompt I tried, it didn't matter starting a new chat, nothing worked. So when I switched over to Claude for the captions, there was no doubt it was far superior. But Claude does have one major limitation, and that it does not do images. That's where ChatGPT comes in, and after their most recent update, their images, let me say, are legit. Let me show you some examples. Let's head over to my Facebook page just so I can show you a few examples so you can see what I'm talking about. And I think I actually clicked on this earlier. So here is one that looks like it was created in Canva. It has a very similar look, when in fact, this one was actually created in ChatGPT. Here's another one created in ChatGPT. I think you get the gist. Let me give you one more example. Here's another one, a little bit different, but also created in ChatGPT. So how do you do this? Let me show you. What's going to be helpful is that you have some sort of template that it can model after. Now you can actually use ChatGPT to help you create a template. But for me, I created a template in Canva a while ago. So I uploaded my template to ChatGPT to use as a model. So I'm going to start a brand new chat in ChatGPT. I'm now going to upload some examples. So these are screenshots of some of the images I just showed you. So these are the ones that look like my branding. So upload those images and tell tell chat something like this. The images that I just uploaded are samples of the type of content that I post on my page. These are the color schemes, the text that I use. I want you to save these as a framework to use because I'm going to upload other screenshots that I want you to recreate to match my branding. Do you have any questions? Okay, now that it's ready, I'm gonna go ahead and upload one of the screenshots that I got from Instagram previously. I'm gonna upload that screenshot, hit enter, and see what it does. Now this is interesting. It didn't just recreate the image, it actually gave me a suggestion saying that basically it can be improved. So do you want me to improve it? Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's see what it came up with. So here is the image, and what can I say? It's actually pretty dang good. Now for me, my taste, it feels a little jumbled. I wish there was a little bit more space in between the text, but for a first attempt, like that is amazing. With ChatGPT, one of the huge improvements they made with images was when you look at my face, it's exactly like me, but it's pretty dang close. When I tried to do any sort of images that had my face, it just couldn't do it. Like it just was not capable. And just to wrap your head around how many options you have right now, when you find other viral content, when you extract that text, I already showed you how you can turn that into a reel, into an image post. If you want to create a template in Canva, you can also turn that into a text post. You can also take that text and have ChatGPT create a professionally looking image. What I love about this image is that if I try to recreate this in Canva, it's just not going to look as good. And also that would have taken me probably at minimum 10 minutes, 15 minutes to create on my own. But taking a screenshot, uploading it to ChatGPT, it was done in about 2 minutes. The other part about this that excites me and also should excite you is that you can easily outsource this to a VA. In the past, it was hard for me to try to delegate this, try to find viral content, create it in a way where it was on par with my branding, where I just felt really good about it. But now you could have a VA go to Instagram, find viral reels, take screenshots, upload ChatGPT, have Claude write the captions, and you can literally crank out so much content on a daily basis with minimal work. When people are trying to wrap their head around how I post 20 to 25 times per day, this is how. The other cool thing is if you don't want to hire a VA and you want to do this on your own, it is totally doable. It's going to take you a little bit to get comfortable with the process of doing this, but once you find your groove, you can crank out a lot of content. And the best part about using this strategy is that the content that you are recreating or repurposing, it's already a proven winner. Now, if you want to learn more about my process and how I'm generating over 300 million views a month and making on average $20,000 to $30,000 a month on Facebook, then check out my course, Get Paid to Post. This is the exact framework that I have used to generate over $300,000 of revenue, all from Facebook monetization. And just to be clear, that's not from course sales, that's not from affiliate offers, that's not from brand deals, that's all getting paid directly from Meta. If you want to check out that course, I'll have a link in the description. And if you don't, that's cool too. Be sure to like and subscribe this video because I have more content coming your way to help you get paid to post on Facebook. Until next time, peace.